lot of energy in the air. That way they hopefully don't bother us, but at least being always the case, that it takes this energy and actually shows itself. EVPs, give that to David.
Well, I've got some stuff on here. I don't know if you can hear it good. We've tried to find the right speaker to play it loud, and we've not found any. Was playing some filters. I'll pull up some evidence.
If you want to hear it closer,
It might, with it being in a closed room, it'd probably be fine.
after the meeting, if you want to put some earphones on and stuff, we'll play it for you. Play shadow figures, or was it car lights, but we was on the second floor, so that couldn't happen. So, I mean, you just keep running it through your head.
What could it have been?
What
Trying
could
to
it
think
have
of
been?
something that, you know,
I
maybe
mean-
it wasn't a ghost.
Yeah, I still think of it today, and I'm like, because weird thing about it is we bought the DVR system,
New DVR.
brand new DVR system, brand new cameras. We just took it out of the box, set it up. We had it all set up,
Everything's
and
working.
everything working great. And all of a sudden, we seen a shadow figure come down the hall, blows up our camera, and I seen it. And I went to go towards it, and it just started down the hall. And to this day, I still wonder, that's the only thing it could have been.
And right after that shadow figure appeared, that camera itself, it blew all the IR lights in that camera, and it's, no,
It's toast, we can't use it no more. If you don't got IR lights, you can't see it dark. So it's just weird. I usually get stuff thrown at me, rocks, straight pins, screws. I think I
He
got.
always gets stuff thrown
Yeah.
at him. If you get anything thrown, it's at him.
It likes me. I don't know. If it's gonna get thrown, it'd be at me. So I kind of like it. Like the attention.
This is an EVP. This is basically, this EVP was, when we first started, it was actually these guys' first time ever at the hospital, not the hospital. It was actually my recorder and me and the other former founder, we were walking. And we've done third floor, walked into used to be an old lady's room. And she had a thing for staying in her room all the time. We got this, me and Brian, we tried to review it, and we couldn't figure out what it was, but we figured out what it said. It was actually blowed up where you can hear it, but previously it was so low we couldn't understand it. I've got it blown loud. But I swear Brian was saying it, he's like, no, I didn't see that. But that was just one of the EVPs that we thought. I've got hundreds and hundreds of EVPs. Actually, some of these are probably. You can hear it up there if you don't get lost. Right. There.
It's kind of hard to hear with the speakers. I mean, even though the speakers are amplified.
Right there. You can hear that? Pretty good. You can hear other people in the background talking. There's this was a woman screaming. Yeah, that part right there was blown up where you can hear it, but this was like a stationary recorder. We'd all actually, in bed, we'd all actually sleep. When we stopped at our hospital, we continue running recorders. This was on the third floor. Nobody, and that's what we call when I was reviewing it. There was something before that we couldn't amplify to hear it, but
When we go to Old South Pittsburgh, we spend the night. We're usually down there like for the weekend. And we have cameras set up everywhere, so if anybody would have been up throughout that night, we would have seen them on camera, and nobody was around, so we've got a screen.
Plus the hospital has their own cameras set up going all the time too. So,
And this was actually one of our investigators.
Do you like it the dark way?
This was, that's doing, you could acknowledge that nobody said his name. And his name is Michael, and right before he said anything, that's what we called.
Do you like it the dark way?
Some of these might be.
That is the ghost box. You hear that clicking? That's the ghost box.
While it was doing that, it was giving off like the white noise like we was talking about. And as you hear it, through it, you can hear a woman talking.
A lot of these EVPs, it's like, you gotta really listen to them. Like, the last case, I reviewed the evidence on the RT probably 3 times, and I finally, we actually caught a voice that we didn't catch the record. And we ain't got it on there, I don't think we have it on there yet, so, because it's still all fresh. And we like to present it to the client before we actually start using it.
This EVP was, we was all in the room together, and it was just us guys. It was me, Ben, John, and it was, I think it was Michael, it was somebody else, but it was all guys. This is actually the night that Natalie, which, Jones, I mean, but you can hear, after John said let's do this, you can hear a female voice say hello. That was, we call like 3 EVPs within that minute time. This one was my man at the same time, and Ben has a crush ghost down there. She thinks
She loves Ben.
She loves Ben, and this was here's right there. That's my man.
It's like whenever Ben walks into the room, it's like she'll interact. So something about Ben, I guess, she, remembers and she's attached. She likes Ben. She hasn't never left the hospital to home thing, I don't think. But, she likes Ben.
We've got several EVPs. They'll be all soon on our webpage. Working on it. Actually, our webpage does have EVPs on it, but the new one will have all the EVPs. We've just limited so many EVPs on the website. But we called a lot of Southwest Park Hospital, just a lot of EVPs down there. I have other EVPs. A lot of them we can't release them due to the client signing paperwork or state doesn't want to release the evidence. So good EVPs. I wish I could release them.
The client, we ask the client when we come in, when we do the interview sheet, they sign off on all these papers. We say, do you mind if we advertise, yes, that we've been to your house? Do you mind if we put it on our website? A lot of people are like, sure, they don't mind, but some will be like, okay, you can put the evidence on your website, but don't say where it came from. And some of them don't care, some of them say, certain things you can put on there, and some of them's like completely no. There's like cases, and we all sign off. There's this sheet that we have, it's confidentiality sheet. If that client says you cannot talk about where we've been here, you can't, present it to anybody, we actually sign a confidentiality sheet as our group saying that we are not going to discuss anything that occurred, here in this house. We'll talk about it with ourselves, but not out with the public.
A lot of people, I know a lot of people watch Ghost Fingers, Ghost Fingers, all these TV shows. It's totally different what you see on TV. Totally different. I tell everybody that's going, I said it ain't what you see on TV. We spend many hours sitting there not doing nothing. But we're there to help the client, we're not there. I have been contacted by TV shows to do shows my ghost story. If you've ever watched it, it comes on. He contacts me once a week, and I think I'm gonna give in to him on our recent investigation. So it might catch us on my ghost story. I've been contacted by a paranormal reality show. They run a bunch of, I'm thinking the TV show that's on, what's it called?
Deep South Carolina.
Deep South Carolina. I think they're the ones, that producer contacted us for Southern Hillbillies. And I guess I didn't cut it. I haven't seen the show, but I've heard, me and Ben actually got interviewed, and we was actually interviewed during Food Fest at South Pittsburgh Hospital when they was doing a haunted house down there. And we done the interview right there at the hospital. I've been contacted.
We did one recently, I think.
Yeah, there's other ones contacted me. They've been a new one. There's another reality show coming out. I don't know what it's called, but they're looking for a Tennessee team. I don't know if I'll give in to them. I'm not much of a TV person. You put the camera in front of me, I get shy.
Yeah.
Channel 8 done a story on this business. I gave it to him. Not me.
Hollywood. This right here is a picture we actually caught at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. I wish I could make it bigger, but I can't, but I'll bring it up again. Like in the center, you see a red box, and what this is we're all upstairs on the 3rd floor. There was about 5 or 6 of us up there that night. We were all lined out down this big, long hospital hallway, sitting on the floor. My friend Natalie had her little 35mm camera, and she was just clicking pictures, and she actually got a shadow figure.
You can actually see it right here. It's kind of leaning out the door like this.
It's right here.
Yeah.
And it's like looking out the door. It was like, what are you doing?
And believe it or not, we had a camera facing that way and it didn't catch it. So,
Sit. We do several different events. Deadman's Farm, I don't know if you guys heard of it, it's like a haunted attraction out in Lenore City. We set up there every Friday in October. And basically what it is people can come out, ask us questions, check out our equipment, and we also book a lot of cases through Deadman's Farm. We also do 4th of July event in Sweetwater. Of course, this year it got canceled, so we couldn't go on the day that they actually had it, so we had to cancel. But we do July 4th in Sweetwater, and we've also done the July 4th celebration in Telco.
We do parade.
Christmas, yeah, I was gonna put a Christmas picture up there. And when we do Christmas parades, it is so funny because we'll be, sitting in the truck, waving. And everybody's like, looking at our truck like, what? I didn't know there was a paranormal team. And like, why is there a paranormal team in the Christmas parade? I was like, have you heard the ghost of Christmas past?
We're gonna do something pretty cool this year. I think it'd be pretty cool to see us this year. Maybe hat we're gonna do.
We try to do Madisonville. We thought about doing Knoxville this year. And we do Sweetwater, of course, and Loudon. So those are different Christmas parades we're looking into.
Might do Athens, so.
Now, Deadman's Farm, like I said, we're there every Friday in October. So, except this year,
We'll be at Food Fest.
we're actually going to do Food Fest, which is down at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. It's about, how far away from Chattanooga?
It's about an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's about 20 minutes.
So, but anyway, it's south of Chattanooga. And at this hospital, actually, Ghost Adventures, did Ghost Adventures come in?
They did,
Ghost Adventures,
no,
they
they
did
did
their,
the Paranormal Challenge.
yeah, Paranormal Challenge was actually there in the hospital. There's another one. that was-
MTV was there.
MTV came there, and that is the most haunted place I have ever been into. And it costs $55 a night, or is it a night or weekend? $55 a night to actually go and spend the night there. And say if you guys wanted to go do that, and you didn't have a team, or you didn't have any equipment, you can always let Cindy, she's the one who operates the place, say, hey, what about Sweetwater Paranormal? We can actually go down there and do the ghost hunt with you guys. No, it's an abandoned hospital. It was abandoned in 1995. And when we first started going down to this place, it was like, you walked in and it was like, they just completely abandoned the hospital. There was beds in there, there was x-ray machines in there. And there's people's x-rays were still
Everything's still in the hospital.
still there.
What's the story behind it?
It's, they built a new hospital, but to me, you would take the equipment with you. I don't know.
I heard it was really, really bad hospital.
It was bad.
It was a
I heard it was
hospital
probably.
that,
It had a bad reputation not to go there.
it was very, very bad. It was a hospital that used to do it now.
So.
Not Sweetwater.
It was worse than Sweetwater.
So it's south of,
It's South of Chattanooga.
so it's in Georgia?
No, it's
No,
in Tennessee.
It's in Tennessee.
It's in
It's
Jasper.
called South Pittsburgh.
By
That's it.
Jasper.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go down into Chattanooga, go down Alabama, that's back, that's where Nashville.
Okay.
Go back to Nashville. As soon as you cross Nickelback Lake, it's right there.
Right there.
If you go there and don't have an experience, then something wrong.
Something wrong. It's like everybody, like he was making a comment about that EVP about, my friend Natalie. We had, it was about our second time there, second or third. Yeah. And we had our little, command center set up in this office. And Ben, sometimes he can pick up on things, and he said, I think somebody's gonna get sick tonight. A lot of times when you go on ghost hunts, ghosts they like take your energy away. If you ever feel lightheaded or nauseous, like when, say if you guys do this on your own or whatever, I would walk out of the room, because that is something, it's like taking your energy and it will make you lightheaded and dizzy and you will actually get sick. So, and then if that happens with any of us team members, we'll tell the other one, look, I gotta go, and we'll leave with them. But Natalie, she actually had a reaction that night and ended up getting sick up on the third floor. Later on, she came downstairs and she said, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. She didn't want to sleep in her room by herself, so she slept in the command center on the floor, and David was in there reviewing the evidence. And this is a personal experience that happened to her. Do we have proof of it? No, but this is what she said happened. She's laying on the floor, and she felt like pressure on her chest, and like something was holding her down. And she said for 3 times she tried to holler out, David, David. And on the 3rd time she hollered out, David, and that's when, did he have like a
Yeah, I had like a numbness
down his leg. So, and needless to say, we called her bait because a lot of things happened to her. And she ended up quitting the team. She was like, no, I'm had enough. So she left. And the hospital, if you are like new to ghost hunting, it will either make you or break you. Because we've had a 6-foot big guy, Rudd, that was part of our team. He was up there and something like came at him. He went running down the hallway screaming like a girl, jumped in another man's arms and was like, get me out of here. And then he ended up quitting the team shortly
You
after.
know that saying, look like you've seen a ghost, and
He
got
was
that.
pale white, it was,
But, yeah, if you ever get opportunity, it'll be a place to go.
And it's open to the public?
Yeah,
You gotta book it in advance.
they're
Like,
probably
They're
pretty much
booked.
booked up for the year
yeah.
for
Do
this
they
year.
have like events like around Halloween?
Well, that's what Spook Fest
Yeah, that's what
is, is
it
a
is.
haunted.
And
It's gonna be a haunted house. It's like having a haunted house in a haunted location, so I was like,
it's
ah.
like $10, maybe $5 to go through it, and it's 3 floors, I think. It'll probably take you 20 minutes to go through it. It's pretty intense.
usually if you're trying to scare somebody, something's usually coming up on you to get,
If you
scare
go-
you.
I'll give you a little hint, I'm eating live.
This here is a picture of us sitting down the hallway where that picture was taken. There's Natalie with her camera holding it out. She was taking a picture down that direction. That was the night that that other picture was taken. And we just sit up there, line up in the hallway, ask questions and wait for something to make contact. Here's another picture of Donna's Old Town Cafe in Madisonville.
That's actually the base, it ain't where you eat.
This is down in the basement, you know, they have tunnels going underneath like all the shops and stuff and going into the courthouses. This is down in the basement. That light that you can see is shining. The guys have decided to go down there and they were doing an investigation, they was asking questions. And they actually, the light bulb, they started asking yes and no questions and the light bulb would come on and it would go off. So, and then when I
And
was.
power and the switch was off.
This was it. And when I was down there, I heard, like, down around the corner behind this stuff, there's coal. You know how they used to just dump the coal in the floors and stuff? Pebbles of coal was being thrown, and you could hear it bouncing off different places. And I had the obelisk going that night, and it told me to get out, so I said, okay. So I went back upstairs.
When we did the reveal on that case, we had a lot of computer problems, and we never had computer problems. And we was sitting there revealing the evidence, and nobody was upstairs, and all of a sudden you hear something skip across the floor. So I ran up there and kind of find out it was an ice cream dish. Something picked up an ice cream dish and threw it across the floor.
Because we kept saying, who's upstairs? She goes, nobody's upstairs. I was like, we're hearing stuff upstairs.
Yeah,
And that's when that happened.
it's haunted.
So, frequently asked questions.
And I wanna talk about, since we was on cases,
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of these from Athens, we actually done key snatching down here in Athens. Well, it's haunted, I'll tell you. It's, we done an experience that we normally don't do.
Nobody lives there, do they?
Yeah, nobody lives there, right?
It's a
Best
better
friends
note.
owned it.
Huh?
Best friends owned it
The-
for a while.
I was about to say, do they own it now?
Do they own it now?
No.
Okay.
Is it a bed and breakfast now, or what is it?
When it was a bed and breakfast, they owned it.
Yeah, but is it now again a
I
bed
don't
and
know what it
breakfast?
is now, I don't go near it.
We done an experience, we're not normally, we don't provoke at all. We don't, you
Like
know.
Ghost Adventure, you'll see them like provoking, trying to get a reaction, trying to get them to, we don't do that because a lot of times when you provoke, you get things that you don't want to get, so.
Yeah, so we didn't go as far as they did. We, basically, we asked them questions, you know, as part of the slavery. And, you know, I said that I would never witness what it felt like to be a slave. Could you show me? And about that time, I had 3 marks across my back in the basement of Keith's mansion. And I felt it burning, and there was nobody behind me. John was right here, Ben was right here, and he had a friend that came along, and she was huddled on him like that. It started, you could hear the chain thing.
There's a bar that was hanging in the basement, you could hear the rattle of the bar that was hanging in the basement.
And,
And that white light, we chased the white light for,
Chasing it back to us.
Yeah, you guys
For
came
about
around
5 minutes.
upstairs, and they come running upstairs, okay, time to go, let's go, and we're like, what? You know, it's just activity starting to pick up a bit, no, we gotta go.
we didn't tell them what
I was
happened.
like,
yeah, we
okay.
didn't tell them we was provoking in the basement, and we kind of teed it off.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
strange thing, at the same time they were provoking, we didn't know they were provoking, but on one of our recorders, we were told to get out. After, at the same time when they were provoking.
it was.
It was up for sale.
It was up for sale.
Yeah, it was up for sale, she owned it, but when we went in there, and she owned it at the time.
I don't know
We
if
They
went-
didn't live in it, they were in the apartment, they didn't stay.
They was, real estate.
They stayed in that little apartment.
The one
Broker,
that's,
the real estate broker.
Yeah, the real estate.
Yeah, she's in real estate now.
She let us in. I don't think it was her.
Yeah.
I don't know, she might have went
Thin
to
lady short hair,
Jessica when we,
oh, that might have been her. Yeah,
she's
she
the one that
didn't
let us
like to go in
in.
too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's, I'm surprised they haven't called us. Who lives there
Well,
now.
my son used to go over there on the landscaping for them, because they couldn't keep anybody to work on the yard.
It's a beautiful place.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Beautiful, inside and out, and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Just the residents at that time,
I,
we just didn't get along with it.
yeah. So, one of the frequently asked questions, we get a lot of questions about our ghost hunting. People ask us, how much does it cost for investigation? We do this as a hobby. We do not charge. If you have some people on your home, we like to come out and just help you. If you have a ghost team that's going to charge you to come in and do investigation, we don't believe that's right. You know, we're doing this to find out what you have there and try to get you help if we can. So there's absolutely no cost. Yes, we've done that.
I was doing work recently, and we talked about the balcony scratch. I sat in that child's area down there,
Yeah.
and when I got up, I swear it was a spider. I think I need to hold it to live alone.
Yes.
I said it was a spider, but my son's fiance was with me, and she said it got caught, and right now I'm happy she's wilting.
Oh, wow.
So I showed the lady the people that were showing it to us, and they were all like, oh, let's get pictures.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you can't get them out there, Dad.
Well, they
I
also,
slept halfway through, I didn't want to stay there, because it felt like a bug bite. It was hot in one spot, but it was kind of spread out, and as soon as it was hot, it was burning like fire, like a bad sunburn. It's the only way to explain it.
there's so much.
But it looked like somebody just clawed at me, and it was up like, right below my neck down to about middle of my back where, that's just not a bug bite.
Yeah, no, it's not. Actually, when we did Hills Bar, I don't think we came out of there with anything.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't have anything happen that night except my back.
Yeah.
I got scared by a big
That's why I
fish.
said it was a bug bite.
Yeah, you had a fish jump in the water, that's scared.
I guarantee that thing had to be that big. It sounded like a whale jumping out there.
I mean, it's a historical
Some of the
site.
lights went off or something, but, I mean, we didn't really
Right.
see.
Well,
Ghosts were on vacation or something like that, they weren't
They
there.
get no vacation.
They weren't there.
well, I think the problem with Hills Bar, a lot of, you have like boat traffic going up and down.
And you can hear the people.
You can hear the
Yeah, the
people.
bar has all the music
You
playing.
can hear the dogs barking. So
Yeah.
anything we try to get for
I didn't,
EMP
and I didn't
reporters.
feel anything.
Yeah.
Except for that scratch on my back.
Have you ever done anything
Never.
out where you were whoever you've ever heard swung on church?
I've heard. I've actually done some research.
We grew up, I grew up in our with kids, and always said you walk around church and whatnot. And I have experienced when I was younger.
A lot of times people say, how long does it take for an investigation? Well, it pretty much depends on the activity. We can go in there, it takes us about an hour and a half to set up. We'll investigate for a couple hours. If we're getting absolutely nothing and it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, we'll be like, all right, it's time to go. But if there's activity, we've actually stayed at a location till 5:30 in the morning.
It was what, 3:30 when we left?
It was 3:30 when we left our last case. So it depends, like, what's going on and what we're getting. So it says, can you get rid of what we have? No, we can't. We do not have the ability to get rid of whatever's there. That you'll have to, we've got, like David said, we have contact with the Paranormal Authority. They can actually get somebody in there to get rid of what we have. And how do you become a member? We have Facebook, you can contact us there, and on our SPR webpage, our SweetwaterParanormalResearch.com, there's a spot, like on one of the pull downs, and it's an application to become a member. So if you're interested in ghost hunting, fill it out, we'll look it over.
You gotta be over 18.
Yes, you have to be 18. Have you ever been harmed? Well, I was scratched from the last case. David's been scratched, but as like harmed, worse than that, no. I've never been pushed. I've had my hair touched. I've had my hair grabbed, but as physically being hurt, no. Can it happen? Yes, but we have been very fortunate for it not to happen to us.
Get pushed off the chair.
Yeah.
That was just funny.
Yeah. And how long does it take to review evidence? I mean, if we stay there till 5:30 in the morning, we've got maybe 8 hours of DVR that we have to go through and 17 hours on the recorder. So it may take up to 2 to 3 weeks for us to get back with you. It also depends on our caseload. If we have back-to-back cases, like every weekend, it could take us a while. And we book our cases on Fridays and Saturdays because we all work, they work during the day, I go to school full time. And, so we try to make it on Friday nights or Saturday nights. But if you can't do it on a Friday, Saturday, you absolutely need to send it during the week. We can try to clear our schedule and see what we can do. Contact information, you can reach us on our sweetwatercriminalresearch.com. We also have the Facebook page, and that's my number there. I'm the case manager, so if you know any haunted locations or you feel your place is haunted, give me a call and I can set you up a case. And then David, of course, call him.
We have to have permission to go to the place. We can't just say, it's like, hey, there's an abandoned building, let's go there now. We have to
We
have
try to get permission from
to go to the place.
somebody to go in
We
there.
want to get arrested, we all have background checks done.
And if it's
We need to
an
keep
apartment,
them clean.
if it's an apartment or a place you can rent from, you have to get the owner's approval.
Yeah, we like
What
to,
is the furthest away you've ever, investigated?
Johnson.
So you stay within inside of,
Yeah, we've had opportunities to go outside the state, but we normally pass them off to other means. And it's just to travel anymore, the gas prices are high, and to get our equipment.
I'm leaning toward that equipment, because I'm assuming that it's not something you pick up in Walmart.
no.
No.
Well, actually, the radio, the ghost box, you can pick those up at radio.
You can get the recorders. You can
Yeah.
get the recorders, you can get $50.
$50, you can get, well, you can run from 50 to about $150 on the recorders,
Well,
depending.
how do you feel about the ones that say that that's just opening doors or channels to bring an evil entity in, when you start using stuff like that, or Ouija boards, or?
Don't ever use a Ouija
We
board.
don't
Oh, that's all I ever
Don't
hear. I
ever-
wouldn't anyway.
Yeah, yeah, Ouija boards, that is like a portal, you're opening the door.
Yeah, but you don't think that's equivalent to?
As far as the recorders and stuff like that, no, but the dowsers, yes, you are opening a door. And with those, what I do after I do a session, I always like say a prayer and make sure that door is closed.
Wouldn't it be better to do it before?
But we pray before, and we've also prayed after. But, you know, once I'm done at that location and I've opened that portal with those dowsers, I will say a prayer and close it up. So we're nothing else.
And have you actually gone up against any, demonic?
I don't believe we have.
We've been called places that people said it's demonic, and we went there and we didn't get nothing, and I have been threatened to be sued because I can't present them any evidence, and
You mean they wanted it?
They
Yeah,
wanted
they
their
were.
place to be haunted, and she said she was gonna sue us because we had nothing to prove to her that it was. And we're like, your place isn't haunted.
I mean, for me,
I'm gonna
I
sue
think
you.
I'll be happy to say my place is haunted. And
Praise Jesus.
I've got two questions to ask. Have you, first question, have you ever had a client that has called you
Come back.
To come back?
to come back?
Yeah, we've had that happen.
Actually, our last case, there already was.
Yeah.
And have you ever known in your experience of like, okay, say like somebody lives somewhere where it was haunted, okay, proven it was haunted, and then they move somewhere else and it followed them?
That is possible.
Yeah.
That's very much possible. It can either be following them, or it could be them themselves that is attached to, that it's going places.
I think we've been following them.
I'm pretty sure all of us have been following
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah.
we've actually, I've had the experience, and David had the experience of bad luck. We investigated
I think it was the hospital.
It was the
investigated the hospital, and I had like 4 months of stream of nothing but bad luck. I mean, there was nothing going wrong.
They had the same.
I got laid off. I mean, it was bad, and then everything got better, and then within like 2 months, y'all started getting it.
Yeah, it's like anything and everything in our house started breaking. Our garage door, our lawnmower, our air conditioner in our car, our air conditioner in our home. And it was like, it was just one thing after another. And I'm like, really? You know, I've heard of people having bad luck. And my friend said, she goes, if you heard a book, people wouldn't believe it. As much stuff that has been going on with us. So I was like, we're okay now.
Do other researchers have the same story? I mean, that they have noticed
I
that?
think some of them, some of us left early in the
From other
morning.
groups as well?
Well,
as this one?
I don't know about from
Is
other
it a
groups.
common link?
I know that they stayed the night at the hospital. Some of us left at 5 o'clock in the morning to go back home. Seems the ones who stayed that night